Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Lore Master, and today we are looking for the carcass of the White Hart, and it doesn't seem to be in particularly good shape. That's what I gotta say about that. What happened here? Hmm, something ate it. While I was able to recover Winston's arrows, something has devoured much of the White Hart's corpse already. The markings upon the carcass do not look like those of an animal, nor of a wood troll. Something else is roaming Tal Bruinen, and I need to discover what it is. Ooh. So let's look for these. Follow the creature's trail northeast towards the river. Northeast towards the river. Well, that's a crawler, not a track. Right, they continue northeast towards the river. Along the way to the river. Okay, they turn east along the river. Well, I suppose that's natural enough. And eventually, we're going to find this beast, whatever it is. Is it going to have a tiny little quest ring on it? Maybe it's one of the toads? I've been seeing a lot of toads around here. Well, now what happened to it? There may be signs of the creature's passage upon the eastern shore. I should continue searching along there for the creature. Alright. I'll make a note of this place and come to it later, because right now, what I need to do is to find those Gordaran, because they may have done something to that merchant from Bree, and we may need to rescue him if he's still alive, that is. Eked Guaradan. Now, if this isn't a hideout for Guaradan, I don't know what is. So I presume this is where we're going to find those figurines. Perhaps. It also is a good place to kill Guaradan, apparently. And recover them. Defeat Guaradan Ritualist. I'll have to be frank, if I remember correctly, that is a quest I really don't want to do. But I am taking it for now so that I won't keep on popping up. I suppose I could have just thrown it into my filter area. But that's another yes, I know. I've got a pair of Guaradon on my back. Okay, I've got another wood figurine there. Okay, good. And Inner Flame. Well, I did kill one of the ritualists. It's always been trying to track down 3 of those ritualists that has always been a real painful ordeal. And so therefore, I'm not going to go out of my way in order to try to get them. And yeah, if I still have to complete the quest, okay, good, fine, wonderful. Never hurts to complete a quest. In fact, there's a ritualist right there. Now that's going to be tricky. What I want to do is I will mess the pet wolf, bring out the ritualist, alright, and oh, okay, I guess the other wolf disappeared. Okay, fine. The idea there was so I wouldn't have to worry about fighting both at the same time, because that's one of the painful things about it. The main thing is finding the ritualists when I'm going through here. Let's see, I've got 2 ritualists, so that's actually a pretty good score compared to how I normally do this. And how am I doing for... I need to get 2 more Guaradon. Alright, that should be absolutely no trouble. I need to find Tim Strawley. Let's see. That's him. Now, the wolves, if they're not linked to the Guardon, if you go near them, they will attack. But if you attack a Guardon that's next to them, they normally don't attack in that circumstance. Now, that's the last of my Guardon. That's 1 quest out here done. I still need to find Tim Strawley. Wherever he may be. And yeah. Now I believe I'm not supposed to find him, but I guess I have to go someplace in order to determine that I can't find him, because if I remember correctly, you never do find him. So that's why I was a little bit surprised that there was a quest that says, yeah, do this thing that you can't do. How about in this direction? Well, there's quite a gathering. Speaking of gathering there, we also have this guy out there. Farseer. Well, the fact that he's throwing spears, I guess he sees far, so he throws well. So that he has a good eye, perhaps? As opposed to being someone with an inner eye that's able to see things that are in the future or something like that. Yeah. You can scream out while I go and kill you. That's perfectly logical. Perfectly logical. Yeah, I've found what remains. Oh, good. Oh! Yuck. I thought I wasn't supposed to find him. That's Grizzly! I think I like it better when you didn't find him. Ooh, and a ritualist! How about that? I said I wasn't going to do the quest, and then... Well, if they're going to just walk in front of me, then fine. I'll go with it. Oh, I guess I'll have to take one of these. Now, I guess I go back to camp. I found the figurines and the remains.
What do you need?
Thank you for this, Pine Wolf. I am glad to recover Tim Strawley's figurines from the Guaradane, though I would that you could have saved him from those ravagings. Yes, I'm sorry I couldn't get there in time. But the previous episode was over. Alright, you have more for me to do?
Will you lend me your ear?
Yes, I see that you remain here still. Perhaps you may help me again? You recovered the wooden figurines that were stolen from Tim Strawley's wagon, yes? And I would that they were brought to his widow, Nora. It is my hope that she will be able to sell them, perhaps not for as much as Tim hoped to receive south of the mountains, but enough for her to live on for a time, I think. The Strawleys made their home in the town of Bree, but beyond that I do not know where to find her. I will not hold you to the task, for the journey is long, but if you choose to do this, bring Mrs. Strawley my best wishes as well, and tell her of my sorrow. Okay, fine. Bring the... Well, I have to go to Bree anyway to speak with my class trainer, right? So, on to Bree. Hello, Mrs. Strawley?
What can I do for you?
Ah, these are my husband's figurines. I would know them anywhere. How'd you come by them, and why the sorrowful face? Well, I don't know how to tell you this.
Hello, friend.
Oh,
Could you
don't
help me with something?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. My husband is fine. In fact, he's inside the house right now, resting from the ordeal. You see, when those wolfmen attacked the wagon, he wasted no time at all. He broke open the crate of figurines and started throwing them at them. While they were distracted, he crept by them down the path and escaped into the woods. He got turned around, or he would have stopped at Eckhart Candela to see the elf Targanel again, but he was already nearly to the last bridge when he regained his bearings. He came home, bemoaning the loss of the figurines, and I put him right to bed to rest. But you have recovered the figurines he meant to sell. He'll be so pleased about that. I think I will forbid him from making another such journey, however. We will sell them here in Bree, and that will be more than enough. So I must say, it is too bad about the poor man you found. Whoever he was, he should not have died so. Here, take one of the figurines back to Torringale. I know that Tim will be touched by her thoughtfulness, and he will want her to keep with the token of their friendship with the Strawleys. Well, okay, I suppose that's good. And, of course, it has the final piece, the gloves, to this set. And let's see. Might, agility, vitality, will. Well, actually, decent set of gloves there. I'll have to go back just for those. Well, thank you for telling me. Well, I do have a class trainer to speak with, don't I? Hello there, Dalton. You sent me a letter?
How can I be of service?
It seems that you have reached another important milestone in your journey as a lore master, Pine Wolf. You may have noticed that I have in my possession a number of books that may help you in becoming a better lore master. Now that you are ready to read them, you should buy these books and learn what they have to teach you. All right, fine. Oh, that's not fine. All right then. Let's buy some books.
What can I do for you?
We need not a bunch of recipes here. What we need: Lore of the Blade, a legendary book that describes the fictional account of an adventurous young lore master and her companions as they adventured across Middle-earth. Okay, I guess I'll buy that. And we've got Minor Book of Nature, Minor Book of Beasts, Minor Book of the Dunedain, which has -2 low master sign of power battle cost, master power cost, sign of no wonder I didn't worry about getting those books. Of Leaf and Twig, a legendary book of lore describing the many flora of Middle-earth in such detail that it must have taken many lifetimes deep among the forest to collect them all. Alright, that's our second one. And our third one is The Book of Beasts, a legendary book of lore describing the relationship that may be forged between the beasts of the wild and those wise enough to understand their tongues. Okay, good. So now I should have 3 new deeds. There you go. And apparently I also got another one of those. Very well. And here I need to speak with Gandalf in... Hey, I need to speak to Gandalf, speak to Elrond, and speak to Elrond. So therefore, it is time to head back to Rivendell. Via Eckhart Candeleth, of course. Apparently I misidentified the body.
What do you need?
Well, my heart is filled with joy at your tidings, Pine Wolf. I will treasure this figurine, and think of the Strawleys whenever I look upon it. And take this reward with my good wishes, though it is nowhere near the happiness that you have brought to me with this news. So I get my Grove Tender's gloves, yay! She gives me 27 fate, plus all the other stuff that the gloves give. let's don the gloves. Ooh, complete set. As I said, I'm not sure I ever wound up wearing a complete set from here before. I think I must have kept on selling part of it or something like that. I don't know, but I don't remember getting complete sets here all that often. Well, let's go to Rivendell. Hello there, Elrond. I was wondering if you could identify either of these books. The first one is called the Of Leaf and Twig.
A strange fate brings you hither.
That's what you say, and a couple of strange books. Yes. That's quite a rare find you've got there. Never has there been a tome containing such complete knowledge of tree and forest, nor will there be again. For as you may have already guessed, it was written by the Ents themselves, or more correctly, the Ent wives, who are like to use the letters of the free peoples when the need struck them, which the Ents rarely do. There are few copies extant, for even the most patient of elven scribes will be sorely tested by the patience required to transcribe that vast tract in full, while the scholars of men might well see the end of their short lives before they completed the task. Unfortunately for you, my friend, the Master of the White Council long ago decreed that certain elements of this text were a potential threat should they fall into the hands of the enemy, and so some key pages were taken from each copy. Alas, as I am the Master of the White Council, I will not divulge the location of the pages. Wait, you decreed that some of these pages be removed? Really? I'm sorry to do this, Elrond, but... Okay. And what about this other book?
Will you lend me your aid once more?
Greetings, Pine Wolf. What can I help you with? Ooh, the Book of Beasts, is it? It has been some time since I have held a copy of this tome, and I had not thought to see another in the time remaining to me before I passed to the west. Though I do know the answer, I am afraid I cannot reveal the author of this book, as I must presume that he has chosen to remain anonymous for good reason, and I will not betray that fate without compelling need. As to the gibberish found in some of these passages, I can only imagine that the scribe who created this copy was not entirely in the right mind, as you yourself already doubtless suspected. I can find no meaning whatsoever in these passages, neither code, nor riddle, nor inspired prophecy. Regardless, the book has considerable value to a lore master such as yourself, and there is no reason for you to abandon the search for knowledge due to a modest inconvenience. I have little doubt that you will in time be able to uncover these missing texts in some other copies of or pages of that book, though I'm afraid I cannot tell you where to begin your search. So, we've got one where you requested that they remove the pages, and we have another book where the scribe was in a weird mood, and we must find copies written by other scribes, or at least pages thereof. Whoopee! Oh, hi there, Pippin. You need a barrel of pipeweed?
Hello there.
You found this pipeweed in a barrel by the side of the road? How strange. And how lucky! My pouch is just about empty. I thank you for this, my friend. I wouldn't worry too much about the mystery, though. The smoking of pipeweed must be catching in on other circles, not just those of the hobbits or wizards. And why not? Take this with my thanks. And he gives me pipeweed. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Hello there, Gandalf. I was wondering if you could identify this book.
Why do you disturb me?
Where did you get that book? Just as I had hoped, I'd seen the last of these, and just here is another copy to haunt me to my dying day. Well, what is done is done. Yes, well, no point in denying it. I wrote that book some many years ago, as I recall. It was for some lord or other who had done me a great service. He was a doting parent, and his children so enjoyed my tales when I dropped by to visit that he begged me to write a few of them down so he could read them when I wasn't about. I foolishly agreed to this request, and the next thing I know, the cursed fool had gone and had scribes churn out copies for the entire nobility of the realm. I was the laughing stock of the White Council for a decade at least. Finally, when the passage of time, the book faded into obscurity, and I foolishly believed that was the last of it. Now, you have the gall to come here and suggest to me that the book might contain knowledge of worth to the lore masters of Eriador? Some days I wonder if the lot of you combined have the sense of a stone-headed dwarf. As for the missing pages, if you are so keen to know how the story ends, then I suggest you go and find them yourselves. You will get no help from me, I assure you. Now, be off. Wonderful, Gandalf. Wonderful. Well, I suppose at some point I'm going to have to go to places to collect pages. But that's not going to be till later, because next time we must meet with Legolas, because we have an appointment with a certain wood troll, and perhaps find a certain Nazgul in our next episode of Piney Plays, the Lore Master.